from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Aduga dum dere, adum dum dere, aduga dum dere, adum dum dere, aduga dum dere, adum dum. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me the smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Up the islands just call me the tricky daddy, and Lord knows they know me as a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Up the islands just call me the tricky daddy, and Lord knows. Hey, I used to work taxi long ago. Before you sit down in me ride, I tell you one more to go. But when you sit down in me ride, that means one more to go. I see greatest hustler moving through Trinidad. Since I small eyes, I'm know how to make a dollar and understand the value of a repeat customer. So when I pick up my next hustle as a car mechanic, if you can't have one problem, I send you back with 6. But it's only so long I can run one rocket. I tell people as a doctor, check me if you're sick. But I only give them medicine that is holistic. It's sugar, water in a bottle, and I give them tonic. And I's a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say know me as the smart man. Of the islands just call me the tricky daddy, and Lord knows they know me as the smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Of the islands just call me the tricky daddy, and Lord knows I somebody need a plumber. I say I's the best. I fix a whole lady pipe with 2 stick. A winter fresh. A man who want a new clocks, a size 10 crepes. I sell him a size 6 and I tell him me go stretch. Then I start walking old, yes, I'm call it voodoo. I start a pyramid scheme and I call it susu. But when the mark bust their face red like Ruku, they come to collect their and I catch a flight to Peru. So sometimes I need to go into hiding. I start a small church and I collect all the tidings. Why my congregation barely surviving? It's Mercedes-Benz if you check how I'm driving. Smart man, oh yes they calling me a smart man. Oh yes they calling me the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. Lord knows they know me as the smart man. Oh yes they calling me a smart man. Oh yes they calling me a smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. Lord knows. You see, Grover could never be in season for me. No matter the time of year, I could find my money. And honestly, I want to say this from my heart. Smart man can play, stupid man can play. I take a government walk, I never show up. But if you check my time sheet, I'm walking right round the clock. Is double time and triple time. I'm giving them 6 for a 9. I'm selling headphones to the deaf and bifocals to the blind. You don't mind, make up a men contract. They wanted for tractor, material and dumb truck. I give them 2 big stone inside a donkey. Yeah, that juking all they high, like my full name was Tom Tack. Boy, they can't deny my innovation. So they invite me to join the organization. Cause they know a smart man's final mission and plan is to become a career politician. That's a smart man. Oh yes, they calling me a smart man. Oh yes, they know me as the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. God knows they know me as the smart man. Oh yes, they calling me a smart man. Oh yes, they know me as the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy.
Look them, yeah. Smart men.
Me a smart man.
And where you can find them a dime a dozen?
Of the islands, just call me.
Right here on this island, Trinidad and Tobago, we have all kind of tricky daddians.
I know you say calling me a smart man.
Anyhow,
Me as the smart.
good morning everybody. Good morning Trinidad. Good morning Tobago. All you smart men and women. Oh, we are well, nobody women.
Me a smart man. Oh yes, they know me.
Anyhow, good morning to our neighbors in the Caribbean. All you smart men up by all you too.
Lord knows they know me as the.
Good morning to our friends and our family streaming all around the globe. www.p. Thank you very much for being here. It is New Era TT Radio,
They know me as the.
the heartbeat of the Caribbean. We take you above and beyond, and we're happy to be in your company in the land of the living.
Of the islands, just
It's
call.
beautiful, wet and rainy.
They know me as the smart man.
Midweek Wednesday morning. Thank you very much for choosing us. As always, I want to say much thanks,
Man of the islands.
Heavenly Father, for bringing us together for another day. Everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing on to you. Sir Charles, that is
Yes,
me.
they know me as the smart.
Happy am I to be here with you.
Islands, just call me the tricky daddy. Lord knows they know
As we
me.
welcome you, this is your Get Up and Go. We welcome everybody to the breakfast show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
It's hump day. Well, good morning, everybody. And of course, good to be here with you. As I said, in the land of the living, we are glad that you can join us as we welcome you in your spaces. Welcome to the breakfast show. Good morning, Wendell. How are you doing?
Good morning. Sorry. Good morning to Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's a bit rainy this morning. Yeah, and well, it's hump day. You actually have to cross 5 humps to get to me. Yeah, I'm a 5 humper person.
Five hump.
5 hump person. Yes, I'm a 5 hump person. And I have to give anybody directions. I have to tell them right after the 5th hump. So
Check the humps.
check the humps. So it's most appropriate that today is hump day. Good morning, and a special good morning to every one of our all the folks who join us here on a morning, whether by listening or by watching, and certainly by participating. A happy birthday to Elise Alexander, who I don't know, but she's a friend on Facebook, and she posts a lot. Donami Joyette, one of my darlings, Donami. Donami was, she's what you'll call a little person. She's not a midget, but she's a little person.
Right.
You understand? She I don't know how I would describe her, as if it's dwarfism or what, but she is such a darling, such a wonderful person. And of course, she worked with us at one point for years, number of years, and she still comes there every single week, sometimes every single day.
Mm-hmm.
She still comes by us, So good morning and happy birthday, Donami. I will call you later. Today is also the birthday of our very own Sherwin Kerr, so I'm sure Juliet has something extra special planned for him today. I know it's raining a little bit in Arima this morning, Sherwin, but I'm sure you'll have a wonderful day. Today is also the birthday of Sheldon Cyrus. Marcia Miranda, the Parang Queen. She's one of the Parang Queens, soca Parang Queens, of course. And Kamal Georges, who used to...
Anyhow, let me leave Marcia alone. I always love that soca Parang. She talk about the Rose Fowler. Yeah. Every time I see her, I'll start.
Right. Yes, yeah. Marcia's birthday is today, and Kamal Georges is also celebrating his birthday today. I don't know where he is now. He used to be on the news, and then he went to TSTT. I don't know what he's doing now.
But sometimes a lot of them are doing independent journalism. And still supply stories to a lot of these media houses.
Yeah. So good morning and happy birthday to you all, and of course condolences to those who would have lost loved ones, including another crazy story that I wake up to this morning. I mean, let me leave that for after good news, because the people will start saying, but why are they going into these stories and they do good news yet? So let's do good news, and then I'm going to refer to that story.
Okay. As you mentioned, Kamal also, I think I saw a post with him. I think he was at Newsday,
He was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw something that he had posted working, but as I said, independent, not in the space all the time, but supplying stories and stuff, because I saw he was sending out how do you say? Because news is in transition right now, and
transition
some support to his colleagues now. Yeah.
And they're closing now.
Yeah.
Is it that they're going to continue to produce an online paper?
I'm not too sure what they are doing. The way it's on it looked like gone.
Yeah, we know how that goes, huh?
Boy. Yeah. But at least the good thing is that they are going, I suppose, going through the court system first.
Yeah. Well, I guess they don't know they've been long in planning to. Maybe the staff at Newsday had an idea that was going to happen also. Maybe they confided in them and told them, listen, this is the position, and we're going to be doing this in the next coming months.
Yeah.
Maybe they were informed.
Well, all right. Anyhow, let's do
good news, please, before
Wendell gets going, all the other kind of heavy news.
Welcome to Tobago.
Yeah, good news there. Let a touch of Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a place I've not been for a while. You know, believe it or not, I don't think I've been to Tobago since just before COVID. But after that, I don't think I've been to Tobago.
Yeah, I was in Tobago in 2020, 2021 or 2020, right? Some one of those years. So you're right. It was in the height of COVID. I was in Tobago. That's the last time I was in Tobago. I don't think I've been back since. Yeah. Good morning, Richard Ragobasi.
All right, good morning, guys, and good morning to our listeners and viewers wherever you are. Good morning to my co-host,
Good to have you join us this morning.
And Sir Charles. Yeah, but I've been to a couple of places in Tobago, so I've been to Tobago a little bit more frequently than you guys.
You mean recently?
Well, the last play we did was probably early last year.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and the year before that, certainly we had done plays. We were trying to kind of get to do it frequently. We wanted Tobago to become part of our how should I say it, our journey through theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But logistically, it's always a little bit more complicated because you have, well, not a little more, it is more complicated because you have to deal with how you get cast across. So that's airplane tickets, that's accommodation, meals, things like that. It's a little bit more. You have to get it set across. You have to get, and when I say set, I mean the actual set construction guys.
But why? Yep. Isn't there furniture store across there and so on? Or hardwares?
Yeah, but it does make sense if you're going across for just a weekend to have to go and search for all of that. So it's easier to just take like the cabo stand, carry everything across.
That would be my next question. Is it that you went across on the boat?
No. The actors and stuff would have used would have flew across, but
you fly?
Yeah, but the set people, well, not the set people, the set material and furniture and stuff would have gone by boat.
You fly?
Yeah.
You went on a plane?
So it was
So Charles, you stoops at me.
Yeah.
You know what a stoops at means?
So exactly what you think it means is what it means. So the logistics of it is a little bit more, complicated. But there is an audience because people do come out and it's fun. It's a fun weekend for actors and stuff like that.
I would imagine Tobago is always nice and relaxing. Always nice, and it's
clean. You have to try and get it back, trying to get back into that zone. But as I say, because it's a little bit more logistically complicated, it's way more effort to try and get there and coordinate times. And even though we have some really great companies and people in Tobago who really assist us, some fantastic companies.
All right. But one of these stories, as I said, we woke up to this morning is that story of the death of that child, that infant, who apparently had a meal of pizza, I think. I'm going on memory and I don't have the story in front of me.
I saw it last night.
Yeah, a meal of pizza, and then started to feel unwell and was put to bed, I think. And at 2 a.m., based on my memory of the story, they had checked on him and he was still sleeping. And then by 4 a.m., they checked on him again and he was covered in vomit and died in hospital. And, it can't be easy for parents to have to deal with a situation like that, especially with a child who probably seemingly was healthy, you know what I mean? So I don't know the circumstances, but it is just a heartbreaking story that I read this morning with children. Again, we could speculate all we want, but it happened. And it's just a very sad story to read this morning. You know, it really is a very sad story.
I was reading this story also, and apparently, what the underlying part of it also is that the child probably had an infection on his chest or lungs or whatever is the case. So, and they are looking into it that he probably may have had ingested some kind of contaminated water, and so with that and the eating on the pizza, you know, like the inflammation and whatever it is that caused the infection. That is what started to really affect him throughout the night. And and he gets vomit and kind of drunk on the vomit.
Yeah, well, especially if you're sleeping on your back.
Yeah,
you know. It's just a very tragic story.
It is.
It's a very, and you know, and I saw the interview last night with his father. I don't know how parents can do an interview after something like that. I have to give kudos to parents who could talk after that, you know. But if a tragedy like that was to happen, I cannot speak, you know. I'm not speaking to no media.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking to any media.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's almost like media want you to parade your grief.
Yeah, well, sadly, that's the norm all over the world.
Yeah, they want you to parade your grief for us to see it. They want the audience to see your grief. What kind of twisted, screwed up thing is that?
Yeah, because they feel once that get on the news that that will be.
It's a wonderful human interest story.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody cry and be sad. No.
Yeah. We've always said that we don't know how parents face the media in terms of that kind of tragedy. You know, some people are reticent. They say no, we are not speaking to the media. Some people insist on it. You know what I mean? But
I remember when Myroon died, and they wanted me to do an interview on Power 102, and I couldn't do it. Because I cannot talk, I cannot speak. It's not something I could speak about. And
especially when it happens in a tragic circumstance.
When Raymond died, other people media called me for interviews, like on television and stuff. And I said, no, I can't. I'm not capable emotionally to do that.
Yeah.
Some people can, yeah. I mean, some people can still, you know, be composed and speak.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
Maybe for some people also, they feel that, you know, if they talk about it and you get other people to more share in what you're feeling. You know, some people really want to express it too, you know.
No.
Any which way, it is a difficult one.
Ask me a week later.
Yeah. You see, especially as I say, if something is expected, maybe you could deal with it. But you see, when it's sudden and tragic, it's, well, I mean, all deaths are tragic, you know, but at the same time, if it's sudden and in circumstances that, how I should put it, you can't really explain at the point in time. It is tough. I will never forget the morning on radio when Martin drowned. You know what I mean? And I had gotten the message while I was on radio. I had to leave. I couldn't deal with it. I left. Steve said, go, you know what I mean? Because he realized that something happened, you know? And that was what? Guys, 11 years ago already, you know? That was 2000. No, what am I saying 11 years ago? 6 years ago. What am I saying now? That was 15. It is 11 years ago.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I get confused.
6 years ago.
That was January 2015. Yeah, that was January 2015. I can't forget that day. You know. So anyway, let's greet the people in the chat before we run off. This morning we're supposed to be speaking with Miss Dian Hadad from Tobago concerning elections. We tried to get Kelvin Morris. He did say he couldn't do an interview right now. Of course, there's a recount in his seat, in his district in particular. So I don't know what has happened with that. It started at, I think, 3 p.m. yesterday. I think they've declared all 15 for TPP. I stand corrected on that. But let's go through the chat. Margaret Thomas came in again at first at 12:07. Valerie Mendoza says happy hump day. Eunice Dublin. Eunice, what's going on with you again? I'm a little late these days. Says good morning. Brennan Smith, good morning to the breakfast crew and wishing my schoolmate Sherwin Kerr a happy birthday. All right, today.
Today's Sherwin's birthday. Okay.
It's definitely Sherwin's birthday.
Yeah.
Susan,
Happy birthday, Sherwin.
All right. God's Almighty and His Son Jesus Christ, grace, blessings. Good morning. That's coming from Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma. Odell Guy, good morning. Diane Payne. Manuela Peters, Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Wendy Ann and Frank James, Ava Smith, Michael Cadet, Katian Charles and Arlene in Bronxville, Debbie Modeste, Apollonius, Sherwin and Juliet Kersherwin coming in, and of course he is observing his birthday today. The Slimy Show, Slick Money Grip, Deborah Noel, Seret, Carla Hercules, Joyce Phillip, Chris Toussaint, Gavin, Frank, Kichan, Ali, Ambrose Blah, David Wares. You're saying Kamal is still at TSTT? I'm not sure. I know. James Kamal, LinkedIn says communication specialist at CAF. That's the Caribbean. That's the Bank of, what's it? It's Bank of America. Is it Bank of America? Hilary Zan says, good morning, Brent Hackshaw, Carlisle Cupid, David McCarthy, Mrs. R, Julia Samantha, King Chris Tusa said we did King Jab Jab in Tobago with Helen Camps on Little Carib Theatre. Ian Stewart, CJ from New York said, yes, it's a sad story. Good morning, CJ. Okay. Mrs. R is saying he did not just have pizza, though he drank. Oh, okay. Robert Taylor says good morning. Ava Smith, Carol Guevara, Carlisle Cupid speculation does help. Does or does not? Let the medical analysis proceed. Susan Jessup is sending condolences. Otteran Benjamin says good morning. Claire Lendor Rollins, and of course Bernadette and Nelicia Yates. All right, those are the greetings on the chat.
All right, so on the WhatsApp we have Kent, who's always here very early. So good morning to Kent in Lavatil. Archbishop Ashton Clark, good morning to you in Canada. Fifi in Addis Ababa. Charmaine is also here. CJ is here, I should say. Joanne and Mount Hope, good morning to you. Zena out there in Arima, good morning to Salima. Good to have you on the chat. Mark Mr. Beeps, that is Pity Valley people. Margaret, Margot, good morning to you, Margot. Good morning to Rena Bruno Jennings, Callan and Kelly out there in Caranage. Frank in Aruka, Sankofa, good morning. Peter Wilson, good morning. Terry Ann Peters, good morning. Mr. Billy, good morning to you. And all the people who are on the graph that I'm looking at, people from besides Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, the United States, 2 persons in London, and and all the people who are on the Gael stream that are streaming all around, and the people on our website, because we have so many different platforms on TuneIn and everything who we don't connect with, but you're there listening. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going for a short break and we will be back. And start to practice, get all your song organized, because you see from Monday.
Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. So you think you can sing, huh? Well, then be part of our Carnival Karaoke. You know what? I don't like that name. Let's call it Carnival Karaoke. Carnival Karaoke. We'll call it karaoke. Yeah, so you can be part of our Carnival Karaoke on the Breakfast Show on New Era TT Radio. Yep, it's happening Monday to Friday at 7:50 a.m. starting Monday the 19th of January, and all you have to do is sing a verse and a chorus of your favorite calypso, soca, chutney, old or new. Just sing it good, and you could be our karaoke singer, our champion for 2026. We're taking 2 contestants every day, and we're choosing one winner whose name will go into the championship box. And on Carnival Friday, the 13th of February, we'll have a grand draw for the karaoke champion of the Breakfast Show. The first ever prizes. Well, don't worry about that. You'll get something. Just come and sing and be part of our Carnival Karaoke on the Breakfast Show and New Era TT Radio. Sing, the man, sing.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Yeah, we are here with you.
All right, and we could start with the news, today's Express online version.
Well, just before you go there, Wendell, let me send out belated birthday greetings going out to Felix Williams out there in La Horquita, who is joining us on the platform. We welcome you, and of course, I want to wish you a happy birthday. That is coming from Sandra G. Sandra Gabriel out there in Mova. Right, go ahead, Wendell.
All right. Toddler's unnatural death. A father broke down in tears yesterday as he spoke of his desperate efforts to save his 3-year-old son, who died after choking on vomit after a large meal. Anderson Raphael Richens, 858, said hours before the child Omari died, he had eaten several slices of pizza that he had brought home for dinner. That's one of the trending stories. Businessman robbed by his ex-girlfriend in Mayaro.
What is that?
That's a crazy story.
What is that?
She had another guy come to him gunning on rob him.
Oh, is that kind of, is real robbery?
Robbery, armed robbery. She doing the proper. No, say that.
Gotta be careful.
I take that back.
Be careful who you break up with.
My apologies. She robbed him.
Oh boy.
Anyway, home invasion in Sangre Grande. Victim follows his attackers. Whipped PNM wants a recount of 3 seats. Only half of the electorate voted. TNT's Venezuelan migrants left in the dark. woman offered a ride, abducted and raped. And here what is the craziest story out of all the stories in the newspapers, that the TTPS clarifies the rules for vehicle wrecking. The TTPS,
The police?
said, yes, they said that has confirmed that police officers have to adhere to specific procedures before they wreck a vehicle in Port of Spain. One of the guidelines is that officers have to make brief inquiries in the immediate vicinity in an effort to locate the driver, and if he or she is not found, the vehicle will be towed. Right? According to the release, in the event that a vehicle has been picked up, listen to this part here, people. In the event that a vehicle has been picked up or is in the process of being picked up by a wrecker, but the vehicle has not been removed from where it was parked and the driver or person in control of the vehicle appears and claims ownership, the officer shall release the vehicle to the driver or person claiming the vehicle and issue a ticket for the offense committed, or prosecute the driver or person in charge of the vehicle for non-ticketed offenses committed. Now, if that isn't a big joke, I don't know what is. Sorry for being so cynical this morning. Sorry for being sarcastic. Sorry for being so blunt. But you think every police officer don't know that? They knew that for years. The TTPS is now issuing a release.
Them can't be serious.
That is the procedure. Why?
Them can't be serious.
Because it's being abused, eh? That's why, not so? Anyway, that is the Express for today. Sorry, guys.
All right, so I'll get to the Newsday. One of my last remaining few days that I'll be doing newspapers, because the Newsday, it will soon not.
You wish they're still going online. They're still doing online.
I don't know if they're still doing online.
I think I read that.
Yeah, I don't know if they are. But anyway, Ram Samouj, Fadi gets strongest hand to push autonomy. San Fernando Hospital gets Paho's baby-friendly status. Man cleared of assaulting cop at bar. Police wrecking is for safety, not punishment. And TPP snatches 60% of votes in THA elections. Penny, PNM has work to do and tight race for Cuba Calypso Monarch titles. And the actual, well, there is an actual photograph of an image of the front page of the Newsday itself.
Did Penny say there's a tight race for the Cuba Calypso Monarch?
What?
You know, if you hear how you read that.
No, what is wrong with you?
You didn't have a break in between the two headlines. You said Penny.
You're delirious. Watch back the show and see how delirious you are. Newsday, democracy safe under TPP. Farley says 15-0 sweep won't affect accountability, and parents grieve tragic death of boy 3. That's actually the front page of the Newsday itself. They have an actual image of that. Okay. Over to you and the Guardian, Sid Charles.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. So in the Guardian today, PNM seeks recount in 2 seats as EBC confirms TPP clean sweep. I thought it was 3.
Well, one newspaper has 3.
Yeah. So family, TTTOA called for stricter hiking safety after Jordan's death. Penal man dies in freak accident in Siparia. Analysts, no opposition in THA raises governance concerns. And national leaders congratulate Augustine on historic THA win. Tobago business leaders pledge oversight as TPP wins all 15 THA seats and calls for a completion of Eddie Hart Savannah as Sacramento stalwart is laid to rest. They're already kind of moving, kind of slow in doing the review.
It stopped. They're moving slow. It stopped a while now.
It stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Wow. When and guys, before we go into anything else, I saw this story, this video trending yesterday. I found it to be really crazy. You know, just listen to this here.
Diana, what kind of racket and extortion really going on with San Fernando licensing office? I gone inside there to get a form to see about my permit. They're telling me they don't have no form to check the people outside the license office. So I had to go outside now and they're charging me $45 for a form. When the license office is supposed to have those forms and give me it for free. I must go outside there to pay $45. This is a new level of extortion. So what license office really doing? They're taking up all the forms and giving the hustlers it outside. This is real extortion out here. Extortion, robbery without a gun. This country really going through.
I hope that the Transport Commissioner see this video, you know.
I didn't see that.
You know, you go to license office where you're supposed to where they're supposed to have the forms, and they're telling you they don't have no forms. Go outside and get the forms.
But can't you just print the form from online?
I don't know.
You would think, can't?
In this country, I never know.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I want to believe you should be able to.
Yeah. But how they could run out of forms and especially
they could, eh? With what's been happening lately, they could run out of forms, eh?
Oh, good.
Because
so they have no copy machine on them?
All the licensing offices have been swarmed, and remember, somebody's not going to come in and pick up just one form, eh? Unless somebody's actually handing you a form. If the forms are available for just picking up, people are going to pick up more than one, eh? Or they're going to ask for more than one, eh? You know?
Yeah, but to have people outside selling the forms, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but who buys a form like that? Who would buy a form? Anyway, you see me? Morning, boy, Bidesi. Good morning, Trini gets fit, and good morning.
They should just print more forms. Did I ever print any back? Say, hey, somebody's not monitoring the form. They say, hey, we run out of forms, send 1,000 more. I'm just saying.
Richard, you ever actually interact with a licensing office?
Of course.
You know the chaos licensing office could be.
Yeah, and the attendants are generally almost, even though my last experience wasn't bad, my last experience was very friendly when I went to Caroni and I did my renewal in one of they had a kind of mobile booth on the outside. And I was very friendly, but prior to that, when I've gone to Ryston Road, oh my God, those attendants, oh Jesus Christ, they're very passive aggressive. Those customer service representatives, they do not smile, they look as if they're bored with their life. And they're wondering, why am I still alive? That's the impression you get. Because they are very unfriendly in body language, and they are tacitly answering exactly what you ask them, and they're not offering any more help beyond that.
You're lucky they didn't say there's a sign up there.
Yeah. All of them. At least from my Ryston Road experience, which is years ago, so maybe it's changed. But if it has not changed, people would know. I don't know if it has changed or not. But what I can say is my experience in Caroni was very friendly. So if that is an indication of the change, it has changed. But if Ryston Road still sour, with all of them sour, then they need to go on a comprehensive and intense customer service course where they need to close Ryston Road for a day or two and teach them how to speak to members of the public who are paying your salary incidentally.
My last experience was at Arima, and I have to admit that was good. But because Arima is so small, literally as you walk in the door, someone is right there at a desk. You understand?
And maybe there has been some customer service improvement because, as I said, Caroni, they were very friendly and very, warm and in terms of how they dealt with you. And that experience I'm talking about in Ryston Road is from years and years ago beyond that. And I was just like, why are they so unfriendly? And was lines and lines of people. And
Ryston Road was intimidating, eh?
Yeah,
Ryston Road was intimidating.
It's just lines of people and you're not so sure where to go, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Anyway.
And you're not sure if you're in the right line and all that sort of stuff, because it seemed very disorganized. Back then, maybe it's much improved now.
Yeah. Only the smaller, compact offices kind of give you a personal thing because you're literally walking in on people, you know?
Well, I don't want to bash Rising Road and San Fernando right now. Maybe the customer service has improved in those offices. Okay. I don't know. I haven't been there. If I could avoid going Rising Road, I will.
Yeah.
You know,
but one of the big stories, of course, coming out yesterday was the issue, and we're going to poll it this morning. Was the issue of the playway on a Sunday? A release came out.
National Lottery Control Board games on a Sunday.
Yes,
not just playway.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm gonna read it. Because people know the word playway. It says, in the exercise of the powers conferred on the board of directors by the National Lotteries Act and the regulations made thereunder, the board has resolved in accordance with Regulation 3 to change the draw times of the following NLCB games to facilitate Sunday game draws with effect from Sunday, 8th of February 2026. And that is playway. There will be a 10:30, 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. draw on a Sunday. Pick 2, same times. Pick 4, same times. Cash pot, same times. So we're going to have all these games now being played on a Sunday. It has never happened before, but
I have absolutely no issue with that.
Huh?
I have absolutely no issue.
No, well, I
always wondered why does they don't have it on a Sunday? Because Sundays used to be, in years gone past, this kind of day when not much happened. But everything now is open on a Sunday. Right. From bars to whatever. You can sell alcohol previously in years gone by.
Anytime. That's all you
sell alcohol on a Sunday, but now you can.
Yeah.
Groceries open, everything opens, and that wants to open on a Sunday opens.
Right.
So people are around, so I don't understand what is the big hullabaloo about them having the games on a Sunday. So what? Who want to play? If you don't want to play, don't play.
Well, that's my thinking too, because I reached out, as I said, somebody who used to be at NLCB, and I asked them, they said, it has been a proposal that has been before them, but they never went with it. Now it seems that they are going with it, because I said, when you go to the US and to Canada and other places, you could play a lotto and all those things any day. You understand? You go into most of those little stores, those little corner shops and things.
7-Elevens and stuff.
Yeah, and you play almost all the gas stations, and you play these games every day. But again, as I say, it's something that some people are for and some are against. So we'll poll it and find out how you think. I don't play any of those games, so you think about it.
Well, exactly. I hardly play any of those things. But what I'm saying is, if you have a problem with it, don't play. But if you don't have a problem with it and you feel you get a good mark last night and something happened by some bar Saturday night
and it can't wait until Monday.
I say mark tomorrow. I'm going to play Sunday. So
you mean if you see a turtle crossing the road on a Sunday morning?
Exactly.
You can't wait till Monday?
You can't wait till Monday.
Exactly.
That's where the sign was sent.
Yeah, the sign was sent for you.
The sign was sent.
Yeah.
To deliver you.
Yeah.
A bit of financial freedom.
You see, you guys.
You telling me that I said people say, "Oh God, I want to go to church," but you go to church. I need to go play with.
That might be a sign too when you see the neighbor going to church. That is a sign too, you know.
Next thing, somebody
can't go to church with a car like a carriage. Oh God, carriage like the mark for today.
Old lady.
You
have a mark name, old lady.
You know, there's another thing with some of these things that people will be saying, you're only gambling away all the money. Now you're going and gamble with the Sunday lunch.
Yeah, well, all that could happen too. No. Men who were supposed to put tithes.
You understand?
I don't know what people's objection to it is.
That was the chicken and the macaroni pie, and that's what I play with.
I don't know what people's objection to it is. Is it that they think, well, Sunday should be a revered day because alcohol is sold on a Sunday, and last time I checked, Double Palm still opens.
Hold on one minute. Let's get into our Did You Know segment. Yeah, let's get into Did You Know.
the #1 green flag that you're going to be wealthy. See, wealthy, powerful people, they know this one thing, and it makes all the difference. If you're new here, I'm Michael. I help you up spiral your life. If you're into that, follow me and click the link in my bio. See, wealthy people, they know how the universe actually functions. People who aren't powerful and wealthy in their own lives, they're missing this one very important point. Let me explain. People who aren't wealthy, they think they're victims of life. They think life is happening to them. So they're always on the defense. They feel like life is a fight and they're losing. And people who are powerful and wealthy inside their own lives know that they are not victims of life. Their life is a victim of them. They know that they are creating their reality moment by moment by moment by what they think, say, and feel. That life is not happening to them, life is happening through them. People who are powerful and wealthy inside their own lives know how truly powerful they really are. When you finally get this about your own life, you'll finally uncover all the leverage you've been looking for about creating the life that you want. And here's a mistake that most people make. They look around and they think their life sucks. And then they say, how can I have a good life if my life sucks? You got to remember, the physical world is the last step of manifestation. It is the outcome. The source, the code, the genesis of all of the things in your life is your energy first. Your material life is the outcome. It's the effect. The cause is your energy. Everything is energy. Einstein said that. And powerful, wealthy people, they know this. If your life sucks, it's because your energy sucks, and you're putting out energy suck all the time into the environment, and your environment turns into suck. The only thing you have to do is control what you think, say, or feel about 80% of the time. Make sure those 3 things are aligned with what feels good and right and wholesome and passionate in your life. And soon enough, the suck that's around you in your life will start to transform into what feels good and right and wholesome for you. And then you start to become powerful and wealthy in your own life. And you realize how powerful you really are, and how creative life really is, and how fun it is to create the life that you want. It's not hard work, it's really fun. So control your mind, your mouth, and your mood, and the thing you have the most control of those 3 is your mouth. So stop complaining. Make a deal with yourself that you're not going to complain at all today. And then repeat it tomorrow, and then repeat it the day after that, and make sure that that becomes who you are, the person who never complains. Because complaining doesn't do anything but bring about more suck in your life. So don't do it. Start to align your thoughts with what feels good. Find things in your life to appreciate. Little things, big things, it doesn't matter. Just find things. Then your feelings start to come along. You start to feel good. This is how you up spiral out of the suck and into a wealthy, powerful life. You got this.
That's like a good news video. I like that. Yeah. Anyway, so we
Stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
Yeah, you know, they have playway on a Sunday. Go with the flow.
Well, Magic is saying, and I suspect that's where the thinking is coming from, that they don't play playway. They don't do these games normally on a religious day, and Sundays can be seen as a religious day. You know. But again, as
some it's not.
Yeah, well, true.
Religious holidays.
True.
It's not a religious holiday. That's the difference too. You're right, Sir Charles. It's not a religious holiday.
No, it's not a religious holiday.
That's the difference. It's Sunday, you know. And as I say, you sell alcohol. They do all sorts of things on a Sunday, not so and
But yeah, you say you go double palm too? But I don't see how that comes.
I didn't know double palm is open on Sunday.
As I know, double palm does not close on a Sunday, but you should tell us. You live close to one. You ever see the gates closed and they put up a sign is Sunday?
Double palm have no gate.
Oh, it's Christmas.
The one by me have no gate. You're just driving. And no gate. I don't see people walking in there and all.
Let's see if we can take a couple calls. All right, guys. Hey, good morning to you, caller.
Hi, good morning, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell. Oh, you're not easy, you know. Oh, this have me rolling on a morning. Especially you, Mr. Richard. I feel one of your members there see going inside of the, you know. But anyway, oh, this just have me rolling, seriously. But Richard, how you know? Anyway, no, ask that question. I'll be going into your business. I ain't going through that. It's a fabulous Wednesday. I ain't see the camel going on to Richard. No,
yes, it happened first thing this morning.
First thing this morning, the camel went.
Late, Susan.
No, I get up late.
Yep.
I was on the road
Oh, they missed it.
already. So
You
all
You
I
missed that hump, girl. You missed that
They could
hump.
still play it, Richard. They could still drop in the camel,
But the hump, the man, Sir Charles, she won the hump.
Drop the hump on Suzanne, Sir Charles.
Oh, Lord. Hey, okay.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Okay, no problem, Suzanne. You got to go.
So Richard, Wendell, and Sir Charles, thank you all again for a beautiful show, beautiful morning. The rain falling, drop, but I'm enjoying every moment of it. Thank you all so ever much.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Rain was falling in Arima, but it seems to settle now.
Yeah, it's stopped.
Yeah, it seems all over it's doing that. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen. I often wondered, it has been the mantra of the government for the longest time, not this government, I believe, but the police service, and we have a police officer as Homeland Security Minister. A great percentage of crime is because of vehicles with tinted vehicles. And I often wondered, how come they're focusing so much on lights and tire, and they wasn't focusing on tint, right? And how come they didn't raise the fine and make it a deterrent by raising the fines for tint, the dark tint? Or if I just saw a video of those fines being increased in another Caribbean island, I believe it's Guyana or Grenada, one of those countries, Caribbean countries, that they're raising the fines of tint. They're giving them 3 months to fix the tint, and then they're raising the fines. Well, the first thing I noticed is that they did it the correct way, which was give people time first, and then there's an enforcement period. Unlike Trinidad and Tobago, just drop it on January 1st for you. But when I saw that, it dawned on me, coming soon to Trinidad and Tobago, right? That I may not have a problem with, because we know they have criminal elements moving around in cars, they have guns moving around in cars, and most of the time, heavily tinted vehicles. So,
criminals don't move around in cars with no tint. That's the logical extension of what you're saying, right?
Pardon me?
So criminals don't move around with guns and stuff in cars with no tint.
I'm sure they do.
Shouldn't it be more intelligence based than whether you have a tint or not?
Richard always using this curse word when it comes
Yes.
I find it so silly that people think that because you have a dark tint, you're involved in some criminal activity. That's silly.
I am totally agree with Richard. All I'm saying is what the police service has been quoting, that tint is the vehicle used for crime. I'm just repeating what the police has been pushing in our head, and to some extent we know we leave it, right?
The average vehicle.
But excluding crime, we do have a tint offense and tint levels that people tend to flaunt in this country. And if you want to enforce that, I would endorse that, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So I just wanted to put that out, that how they did it, which is they gave people time, a duration of time, to get the vehicle right, and then it will be enforced.
Yeah. Well,
thanks
very much, Lincoln.
They will have to enforce it on themselves first, because a lot of them, their private vehicles are heavily tinted. So there will always be exemptions. They don't enforce that as much. Licensing officers do. When they pull you over, they will enforce it. I tell you that.
Mr. Patrick, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Wendell and Mr. Richard Agobasing, Trinidad and Tobago and whole. Morning.
Mr. Patrick.
You know, when I read the news about this tragic death of this hiker, I just shake my head. You know, a condolences to the family. Everybody abandoned the lady in the hole and gone.
What?
The lady was died in the hike.
You could bring that back up. We talk about that since.
No, I read something on the news yesterday. We want to implement certain stricter laws for people who go on hikes.
Yeah, we saw that.
Some people pick up themselves just and all of you go on a hike. But nobody ain't going with no rope, nobody has no skills, nobody has nothing. So
you have a personal responsibility too sometimes, eh? If I go on a boat, it better have life jacket.
Yeah, but it's a people who is master guides and who is hikers. You have to get these people with you on the trail when they're going. And another thing I learned sometime about, when some people going on hike, they have insurance policies for that. You ever hear that one?
I never heard.
Yeah.
Camp and hike insurance policies. No,
you sign disclaimers. Most time if you go abroad and you're going on any of those activities, you sign disclaimers, eh?
Right. But some people have to get insured before going on hike. No. Mr. Bagua, the Motor Car Association people, yesterday I had a discussion with that woman. You bring that car in Trinidad 8 years old, right? Cars in Trinidad, they say, over 5 years have to be inspected, right? Any car over 5 years manufactured have to be inspected, right? I listened to the news sometime yesterday from away. They say any car manufactured in 2023 have to be inspected, right? Why is people bringing old car in the country that you have to go and pay for inspection now?
I raised that too. Yeah.
Mr. Patrick,
what do you think gonna happen to them?
Yeah. All right, Wendell, the poll is up as we go for the news.
Yeah. All right, our poll this morning, folks, is do you agree with playway and other gambling games on a Sunday? All right, yes or no? Do you agree with the introduction of, do you agree with playway and other gambling games on a Sunday? Simple poll this morning. All right, easy poll. Take it easy.
Beautiful.
Take it easy, I will do.
That poll is as easy as it gets.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV for Wednesday, the 14th of January. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Preliminary results from Tobago's 2026 House of Assembly elections show a sweeping victory for the Tobago People's Party, which has won all 15 electoral districts, according to the Elections and Boundaries Commission. Voter turnout was just over 50%, with about 26,900 valid ballots cast from more than 53,000 registered voters. Early tallies put the Tobago People's Party in the lead with more than 16,000 votes. The People's National Movement followed with just over 10,400, while the Independent Democratic Alliance and the United Tobago Party received fewer than 200 votes combined. Despite the landslide result, the PNM has requested recounts in 2 constituencies, Darrell Spring, Wim, and Scarborough, Mount Grace. Those recounts are expected to begin this afternoon. Election officials stress that the figures remain provisional and will not be final until the recounts are completed and all ballots are formally verified. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says the government is ready to work closely with the Tobago House of Assembly, following the Tobago People's Party's clean sweep of all 15 seats in this week's election. In a statement issued one day after the vote, she congratulated Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and the TPP, saying the result reflects the confidence Tobagonians have placed in their leadership and vision for the island. She also praised voters for a peaceful and decisive election, calling it a strong mandate for Tobago's future development. Persad-Bissessar said her government looks forward to continued cooperation with the THA to advance Tobago's social, economic, and institutional growth. While there is no formal political coalition between the UNC and the TPP, she has previously pledged to work alongside the Tobago leadership, supporting the island's right to meaningful self-government while remaining a full and valued part of Trinidad and Tobago. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles says the Tobago House of Assembly election results show the People's National Movement has serious work to do after the party was swept 15-0 by the Tobago People's Party. In a statement issued on Tuesday, Beckles congratulated Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and the TPP on their decisive victory, while noting that the low voter turnout reflected public sentiment. She said the PNM will now begin a period of reflection as it works to rebuild the party and regain the trust and confidence of Tobagonians. Beckles also thanked the PNM's 15 candidates who contested the election, including Tobago Council leader Ansel Dennis, who has indicated he will step down from his post. She wished the incoming THA well, saying its success is tied to Tobago's progress, and pledged that the PNM will regroup and return stronger in its commitment to a more united Trinidad and Tobago. Police are investigating the death of 3-year-old Omari Richins, who was found unresponsive at his home in Corinth Hills, San Fernando, and later pronounced dead at hospital early Monday morning. The preschool student was taken to the San Fernando General Hospital after his parents and emergency responders attempted CPR, but doctors were unable to revive him. Medical staff reported finding blood in his nasal cavity, though no signs of external injury were seen. Officers from the San Fernando CID later examined the body and also found no visible marks of violence. According to his mother, Omari complained of head and stomach pain after eating on Sunday night and was last seen alive just after 2:30 a.m. He was discovered unresponsive and covered in vomit shortly before 5 a.m. A post-mortem found that Omari died from cerebral swelling, aspiration pneumonitis, and a respiratory infection. Toxicology tests are now pending as police investigate whether contaminated water may have played a role. In regional news, Venezuelan police officer Edelson Torres was laid to rest Tuesday after dying in custody, just days before he was expected to be released from prison. Torres had been held incommunicado since his December arrest on what his family says were politically motivated charges. He died of a heart attack on Saturday, as authorities were promising to free detainees following international pressure. His death comes as families across Venezuela are now coming forward to report loved ones as political prisoners. Human rights group Foro Penal says it has received a surge of new cases in recent days, confirming dozens so far. The Venezuelan government insists those detained are linked to criminal or terrorist activity, but critics say they are being used as political leverage. While some high-profile prisoners have been released, hundreds remain behind bars. For many families, the small wave of releases has brought renewed hope, even as others, like the Torres family, mourn a freedom that came too late. In international news, more than 2,000 people have reportedly been killed in Iran during a violent crackdown on nationwide protests, according to human rights groups and Iranian officials. The US-based human rights activists news agency says it has confirmed over 1,800 protesters killed, along with government supporters, civilians, and children during nearly 3 weeks of unrest. An Iranian official also put the death toll at about 2,000, blaming what he called terrorists. The protests, which have spread to nearly every province, began over Iran's collapsing currency and rising cost of living, before turning into calls for political change. Despite a near-total internet shutdown, videos and reports show hospitals overwhelmed and forensic centers filled with bodies. US President Donald Trump has warned Iran's leaders they will pay a big price and urged protesters to keep demonstrating, as Washington weighs military and other responses to the crackdown. Human rights groups say the true number of deaths may be even higher. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Hey you, yes you, I'm talking to you, so you think I can sing, huh? Well, then be part of our Carnival Karaoke. You know what? I don't like that name. Let's call it Carnival Karaoke. Carnival karaoke. We'll call it karaoke. Yeah, so you can be part of our Carnival karaoke on the Breakfast Show on New Era TT Radio. Yep, it's happening Monday to Friday at 7:50 a.m. starting Monday the 19th of January, and all you have to do is sing a verse and a chorus of your favorite calypso, soca, chutney, old or new. Just sing it good, and you could be our karaoke singer, our champion for 2026. We're taking 2 contestants every day, and we're choosing one winner whose name will go into the championship box. And on Carnival Friday, the 13th of February, we'll have a grand draw for the karaoke champion on the Breakfast Show. The first ever prizes. Well, don't worry about that. You'll get something. Just come and sing and be part of our Carnival karaoke on the Breakfast Show and New Era TT Radio. Sing, the man, sing.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Fresh energy. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show. just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Tell them. Carnival, we coming. Give them performance. Only as good as your last performance, in everything that you do. Remember that. Encore. Hey everybody, welcome inside the second hour of the breakfast show. And of course, yes, you are listening to New Era TT Radio. Heartbeat of the Caribbean. Yes, we take you above and beyond. And let me say good morning to all the folks who are here with us on Gael Caribbean TV. Good day to you people. People all around the globe. And I remember when we come off of the Gael feed, in the next hour, you can listen to us all day and every day. NewEraTTRadio.com. That's NewEraTTRadio.com. New Era TT Radio. Look for us on TuneIn. You get us on all your Google and Alexa devices. And when you go to our various platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, look for that support donate button, because your support donations are very important to make sure that we stay doing what we do. And if you like what we're doing, we want you to think about supporting us, all right? So our poll is up in poll time, and of course the question being asked to you: there's a proposal that games will be now played on a Sunday Playway Cash Pot Pick 2. And another one, I can't remember the other one. But for that, do you support these games now being played on a Sunday? You're voting yes or you're voting no? And then you can put your comments after, but make sure you put yes or no first, right? Of course, after we do the poll, we're expecting to talk with Dian Hadad, looking at Tobago and the THA elections, what just transpired. So all that is coming up on the other side of the break. So you know what? Don't go anywhere. We're coming back.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Hey you! Yes, you! I'm talking to you. So you think I can sing, huh? Well, then be part of our Carnival Karaoke. You know what? I don't like that name. Let's call it Carnival Karaoke. Carnival Karaoke. We'll call it Karaoke. Yeah, so you can be part of our Carnival Karaoke on the breakfast show on New Era TT Radio. Yep, it's happening Monday to Friday at 7:50 a.m. starting Monday the 19th of January, and all you have to do is sing a verse and a chorus of your favorite calypso, soca, chutney, old or new. Just sing it good. And you could be our karaoke singer, our champion for 2026. We're taking 2 contestants every day, and we're choosing one winner whose name will go into the championship box. And on Carnival Friday, the 13th of February, we'll have a grand draw for the karaoke champion of the breakfast show. The first ever prizes. Well, don't worry about that. You'll get something. Just come and sing and be part of our Carnival karaoke on the breakfast show and New Era TT Radio. Sing, the man, sing.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome back. Of course, the government also issued an order called the External Loans Act, Chapter 7105, and it's dated January 12 to 2026, that they are seeking to borrow $1 billion. It says, whereas Section 3.1 of the External Loans Act, hereinafter referred to as the Act, provides for the purpose of financing general development in Trinidad and Tobago or of repaying borrowings effective under general development, the minister on behalf of the government may borrow money externally. And whereas the government intends to issue notes of up to $1,000 million in the currency of the United States of America, referred to as the notes as on the international market. All right. So it is dated January 12, 2026. So all of that is also happening along with, I mean, everybody knew it, that this day will come in terms of a crunch of finances, you understand? And everything points to a crunch that the government is desperately trying to raise money.
Play one on Sunday, yeah.
All the fines, all the tickets, all the different issues that have been happening. It is a question. At the end of the day, it's about money. You know, how are they going to manage it? Only time will tell. You understand? But I expect. Let me not put that out in the universe, yeah. Because I think I know what's going to be coming. You understand? But let's see if it happens. But let me go to the poll. Our poll is up, people. Where the poll gone to, Charles? Yeah, want votes out. You know, people only vote when they actually see the poll, you know. Do you agree? Yeah. Do you agree with Playway and other gambling games on a Sunday? That's the proposal, effective Sunday, 8th of February. You can now go and gamble on a Sunday. So before I get into the votes, I want to read one message on the chat that I agree with. Michael Samuel says, when Lotto reaches $10 million with no winner, it should be paid out to holders of 3 digits, 4 digits, etc. This will benefit the economy. The people who play to keep the game going will benefit. I wish that could happen, because
I agree with
that. In Lotto, because every now and then I'll play Lotto. You understand? I don't play Playway and the other things, but every now and then I'll play Lotto.
Yeah, it will show that your people oriented and centered, man.
Yeah. So our vote. You ready, Sir Charles? Because I don't see Richard again.
But let me before you go there, let me also say on the Lotto situation also. I can't understand if I win $2 million, the second prize. If you have 5 numbers and you don't have the Powerball, you get $50,000. And it's sometimes the Lotto reach 10, 12, 15 million, and you're only getting the same $50,000. I find that advantageous.
I must be winning the Lotto already, you know, because sometimes I buy the ticket. I buy a quick pick, or I consistently play some numbers of a group of us who traveled. That I play their birthdays, our birthdays, right? So it's 5 of us who traveled. So I play the 5 birthdays, and sometimes I don't even check. See what happens. By the time I find back the ticket, it's worn out. You can't see nothing.
And it's only valid for 6 months, you know.
So I must be one of them who win already, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, Anyway.
It's only valid for citizens. And that is the next thing. I wonder what has happened with the money when people win and don't claim it.
And there was a winner that about 14 million that never claimed.
Yeah, that never claimed it.
We never heard about that.
Yeah.
After. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, ain't my business.
All right,
Tell us, you ready for votes?
Yeah.
Right. So we have Rena, that no is not a vote. Okay, that was for something else. Stellar Services said no. Rena says yes. It's not a sin. Lester Cragwell, yes. Howard Hernandez, yes. Brent Hackshaw, yes. Far Rockaway, yes. Carol Guevara, she says neither here nor there. So that is not a vote. Apollonius, no. Slick Money Grip, no. Finbar Collins, no. Says his Mason car work on a Sunday again because he always run away to play. So it's good on his work. Marlene Saunders Sober says no. Bernadette Yates, no. Colted Finch, yes. Eunice Dublin, no. Diane Payne, no. Marva Williams says no. Well, she says do not play away on a Sunday. Respect God's holy day. So I guess that's a no.
That's a no.
Cheryl Henry didn't vote here. Joyce Phillip, Saturdays is God holy days too.
Everybody wanted
it for somebody, you know. Marva Williams is also saying. Well, she said no earlier. Beverly Andrews didn't vote. Michael Cadet, yes. Cheryl Maraj, good morning, didn't vote. Cheryl Henry didn't vote again. Beauty Culture didn't vote. Jason Samuel, yes. Out with the Victorian era laws, and it will help stop backroom gambling. Colted Finch, good morning. Annalie Johnson, no. Cheryl Maraj votes now, no. Robert Taylor, no, because he's a Roman Catholic. Robert, do you drink on a Sunday? I just tease it. Gemma Peters Halls, no. Joseph Clement, no. Okay. Carl M. Jack Furniture Plus really has an excellent customer service. They do. And when you go there, tell them you're a fan of the breakfast show and you'll get even better service. Trust me. But they have wonderful service. Just tell them Amjad Ali sent you. All right? Susan Jessup, no. Deborah Noel Surratt, no. Mrs. R. Okay, didn't vote. Marva, how much time do you go vote, girl? Cheryl Henry, no. Margaret Thomas, no. Debbie Mitchell is saying I don't gamble, so it doesn't bother me. Magic, however, it doesn't benefit the powers that be, so I don't see it happening. Magic, what is that? You're voting there? I know I vote. Hilary Zahn says yes. Beverly Andrews, does it really matter? I am indifferent to the polls. Sorry, I went there. Oh, that's no problem. I am indifferent too. Carla Hercules, no. Cheryl Henry didn't vote again. Magic didn't vote again. Oh God, all you could talk, boy. Carl Guevara votes yes. Avion Abraham, no. Sherwin Kerr, yes. Michael Oliver, yes. Beverly Andrews, okay. Bridget Buchanan, respect one day for the Lord. So she says no. Oh, jeez. Andre Reno, no. So, Charles, how you use makeup when I'm not here, boy?
I don't know.
And Sandra Gabriel is saying gambling on a whole is against God's law. I ain't too sure about that, And Mrs. R says she's not sure. Plenty of people are kind of uncertain.
Yeah, on this side.
And I guess I fall into that category too. But I know when you go abroad, you go North America, you go Europe, you could go and buy lotto any day of the week. And sometimes them places open 24 hours. You understand? I know that that's not very normal abroad. What you have there, Sir Charles?
All right. So I have Pauline saying yes. I have Sean saying yes. Dre saying no. Sankofa didn't vote. Judith in Tobago says no. Peter says no. Afria says no. Brenda in Pinal, yes. Miss Sampson, yes. And Anand says yes. So that's why. Anybody last minute by you?
One more said Trini, where is it? Trini Merle Kitchen. Trini Merle Kitchen says yes. And that's it.
All right.
Everybody else just chatting. And Cappy the Nigerian says no. Right, that's it.
Okay. All right.
People just
40 of you all vote on the poll today. Not much numbers on the poll today. 26 of you saying no, and 14 saying yes. So
well, if 40 vote on the poll, 40 more just talking, they ain't sure it's God's holy day, is a they uncertain, it doesn't matter. 40 more say the same thing. Say that.
Yeah. 40 more undecided. All right, okay, cool.
If you don't gamble, I guess it really doesn't bother you. It probably means some of those places that are designed for playway alone, because not all the lotto booths are in a building with other business. Some of them are on a standalone. It means that I guess the worker who work in there had to come out and work. I hope they're compensated.
Of course they will. If they get compensation all the time, they must compensate them. Sunday's double time.
No, but Sunday's supposed to be triple. No, Sunday's double time. You're right. Holidays are triple time.
So, yeah, it's triple time. I don't know if that'll still happen. Well, where I used to work, I never experienced that.
So true. I never get that either.
No, holiday. Same day. Anyhow, let's get into our Let's Talk feature. Our guest is here, Wendell. And Richard will join us at some point in time in between here.
Right. Let's do that. Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, Miss Hadad. We could barely see her. I think she's multitasking.
Yeah, she's doing some
She was just answering somebody else with another interview.
Thanks for joining us again, Miss Hadad.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, what are your initial...
I don't know. The internet in Tobago has been given trouble for the last couple of weeks, so it's not functioning.
Oh boy.
Very well. So I'm using my phone, unfortunately.
All right. It's rumored that it might be the radar. Do you think it's the radar causing it?
No, it was happening before the radar. So
Okay.
I don't know if the radar got it worse or better.
Okay. All right.
Maybe the infrastructure we have is not so great anyway. We need to stop fooling ourselves.
Well, first, how do you respond to the election
But
results?
before I go, are you hearing any noises in the background? Are you okay?
No, we're okay.
Right. Okay, good. Right.
We're okay. Yeah. So what are your initial thoughts about the election results in Tobago? Was it a surprise to you?
Yes. I must say it was quite a surprise. Of course, there are now a lot of allegations after the election as to who paid $500 to people from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock to go and vote to make this a 15-0 wash, and all the other stories which we're not to treat with, because whatever it is at this stage. We can't prove or dispute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a surprise. I didn't think that the PNM would have been... I thought they would have gained a couple seats. I'm not sure that they would have won, but definitely thought they would have gained some seats to make our opposition in the House worthwhile, that we have proper debate and, voices to be heard inside where the Parliament sits or the House. So yes, it was a surprise.
Yeah. What do you think accounted though for the PNM being losing all 15 seats? What do you think?
Truth of the matter is 21 years, and as I said before, Tobagonians are pretty patient. So in giving persons 21 years to do best with your future, and it wasn't done in a manner to really benefit the people of the island, but of course, as usual, you have the few that benefit, and then everybody else just feeds off of the crumbs that had been thrown. And I think that message has been clear. Tobago is a small island, Tobagonians depend largely, it is that we have been promising to develop tourism so that people can become independent minds and that they can do independent work, they can offer services, they can make a life for themselves of a better standard. And that has not been addressed, neither for 21 years or even, no, let me don't say that. Let me fix a part of that. Under Mr. Manning's tenure between 2005 and 2008, where he had a group where he managed the tourism committee over here, we had a good 3 years running because there was a rolling plan. They call it the tourism rolling plan, and he was manning that, no pun intended. And we did see the numbers go up, and we got to close to 100,000 international arrivals. And the island was bouncing, it was doing well. Mr. London and his team, and I'm saying it again, and I think I'm tired saying it, but it needs to be registered, did not continue that trend, and Mr. Manning would have moved himself and put Tobago in charge of Tobago there. And we have seen the deterioration of our tourism from then to now. Nobody has been able to pick up those pieces and willfully or willingly get us back to at least those numbers would do us well. So I think the Tobagonians are now very quite disillusioned in terms of hope. I don't know that one person said, you know, they brought back people with a lot of faces that spells banditry. So they weren't comfortable. But I don't know what went through people's minds other than a lot of apathy, probably, and apprehension, where we weren't ready to make that call again. So I'm not sure if they're comfortable with what's going on in Trinidad. And furthermore, there is talk on the ground that there is conflict in Tobago in terms of leadership, fighting for leadership internally.
So, all right, thanks for that. Do you think then, I mean, let me just finish off the PNM part of it before I get to the TPP. Do you think that the leadership of the PNM, whether in Tobago or in general, had anything to do with the apathy of the voters in Tobago?
Well, if you look at the strategy worked by the TPP, there was the total is we own. And Tobagonians are very proud of when it's we own, it's our own. And that would have kept a lot of people because they didn't increase votes. Let's be clear. In 4 years ago, under the PDP, they would have won 16,932 votes. And this round, they are at 16,240 or something. So they have not gathered any new votes from what I saw. They've been able to maintain their whatever base they got there with in the first place. Mr. Watson Duke's contribution in terms of endorsing would have helped. I want to suspect that if that was not there, there may have been some more division again. But Mr. Duke, so there was a strategy to keep Trinidad out. And I don't know that the leadership in Trinidad coming over or anything from the PNM helps. It doesn't help anymore. They need to really go back to a drawing board and have a new strategy. Because that is we own strategy is pretty powerful on this island.
Yeah. The issue now of the TPP, and I mean, I think I would have seen a video from you, I don't know how long ago it was, recently, about the issue of the contracts and who are benefiting, who are the ones benefiting in Tobago. How do you respond to that?
It's interesting what the TPP under them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
under them. Okay, so only this morning I was counting because there was an ad placed out just, I think, the day before the election. And they were putting up the faces of all the contractors who benefited. And it was probably about $1 billion worth of contracts. And all went to Trinidad contractors. All. Everyone, close to, if not $1 billion in contracts, went to Trinidad contractors, and nothing was spent on the contractors here. So the money has not circulated here. And of course, all of it would have gone back to Trinidad and would have been spent in the Trinidad space when the budget allocation has to do with money being circulated from this subvention, both for recurrent expenditure and development.
Yeah. So,
but none of that was spent here. $0. And then there's been no outright development in terms of a tourism plan. We have not seen anything happen new in tourism. In fact, the last secretary, Tashia Boris, I understand, was kind of at the end saying, but I have not been able to do anything for my people in 4 years. So we are not sure where it all will go. It is in the hands of the same persons. Whether there will be maturity this rounds, because it seemed to have been handled quite immaturely last round. They too seem to have their own clique or 1% that they are giving whatever to. And there seems to be the same pattern, the same formula. I'm not convinced, guys, that Trinidad and Tobago is mature enough as yet to come out of that in terms of who we support and who support us. And I don't think anybody as a leader has shown us that they have come there to manage our country and to take care of all people. I have not seen that anywhere.
Right.
But I know Farley has said that, I mean, he kind of gave that as one of his talking points on his acceptance. But then I wanted to go back to the fact that you said under Prime Minister Manning, he had some group that really concentrated in terms of the tourism of Trinidad and Tobago, and you saw certain benefits. Could you explain what he did?
Okay, so let me explain. It was a combination of the Hotel Association and their management team, of course, the Chamber of Commerce management team at that time. And I have to be sure to let you know it's at that time, because even the NGOs have deteriorated in terms of the quality of what they deliver, based on even that has been infiltrated by government to ensure that they control the narrative of what private sector says or agrees with or doesn't agree with. So that and all has been interfered with. But let me go back, as you asked. And what Mr. Manning did, we had a 3-year rolling plan, which was contributions from the private sector and whatever government policies would have been at the time. And a 3-year rolling plan was created. We had people, Carlos Dillon, deceased now, and Chris James, who has stepped back, a number of people. And Mr. Manning, it was presented to the team at that time, who agreed with it and said, okay, this is where we have to head, this is what is required. And what he did was form a committee that comprised of all the arms that serve tourism. So you had the Hotel Association, you had the Chamber, you had police, you had immigration, customs, you had the Airports Authority, you had civil aviation, you had restaurants, and so you had all the Coast Guard, everybody that plays a part in how you had the health sector. How does a tourist have an experience on the island, and how do we work together to bring this home? You had the Caribbean Airlines, you had the Port Authority. So it was a big meeting. And they met once a month at Blue Haven. And through there, all the different, even licensing authority was in there. All the arms would have expressed, well, of course, the presentation of what needs to be addressed and how we're going to treat with this thing, which is the business of the island. And everybby contributed as to where there were challenges. People reported what reports they were getting for challenges and so. And the arms were working to fix it, to make the experience as smooth as possible for our guests. And that worked very well. They got airline contracts was signed and people had planes coming in. We would have had BA, we would have had Condor, we would have had Virgin. We had a number of airlines coming in, and we were building on that momentum. And then, of course, somebody probably thought maybe we were developing too fast or we were getting success. And it seems to me that we need to keep our people backwards. And so they decided to kill it. And I think that going into the 21 years of demise, because that was at the beginning, and then we had down to probably about 17 years of demise, I think people are burnt, and the burn is deep. So it's difficult for even their own PNMs to forgive, because a lot of them are owners of small hotels, guest houses, and they are in, they're in dire straits now. People have reached 75 years old, still owing banks, still worried about the fact that their hotel or their small guest house has not had anybody for the last 3 weeks. Right after Christmas, they would have got guests. After that, prior to that, they had 2 people, 4 people, nobody. And then they come back now to nobody. So how do you pay your bills? How do you commit to banks? And how do you pay staff? And so it has been quite an experience, and a painful one for the private sector.
Yeah.
How optimistic are you, though, Diane? Because you have a new government in terms of the Kamala Bissessar government now at the reins in Trinidad, which of course affects Tobago. Are you getting any traction, for example, with the ministers for under the tourism portfolio and trade portfolio, because they're kind of connected, in terms of moving Tobago forward? Are you optimistic about it, or you haven't seen anything yet that has encouraged that optimism?
I cannot say I have seen truly anything yet that carries that optimism. As of now, the group they have formed, PSOT, which is the private sector's organization of Trinidad and Tobago, I think they themselves are trying to open up the avenues of voices to maybe a wider cross-section, and not possibly hearing the same people who I just spoke about that control NGOs now and have the tentacles in, that there's only one mandate that's being sent out, or whoever is well poised to have their people represent their agendas or core of agendas, and not that of the wider private sector or population. So I thought private sector PSOT was a good initiative, a good start. We clearly have to get that off the ground. That has to get off the ground to invite the wider private sector to join, so that their stories can be heard at all levels: micro, small, medium, large, extra large. Because we know extra large is always heard. We know large is always heard. We know from medium come down tends to just take blows. Or they are, whatever the ills are, just fall on them after they don't get to speak. I have been fortunate to be allowed airtime, to be honest, in terms of being able to speak out. And it's probably because I'm not fearful to speak out why I do get the opportunity to speak. But a lot of people hide because they're not so, I don't know, probably not so disconnected from favors or so. I have no idea why people don't speak out. But anyway, so they formed PSOT, and there seems to be a relationship between Trinidad central government and the TPP. However, my biggest concern or challenge, which I would have expressed on television the night of the election, was that there needs to be an army of brain matter and intellect to surround these younger people, because there seems to be no regard for the elders with history and knowledge. And frankly speaking, wisdom comes from the people who are there before us. But
tourism. You know what is astonishing, Dan, because tourism is really like a low-hanging fruit in terms of revenue generation for the country, for Trinidad and Tobago, and more so for Tobago. And yet we don't seem to be able to compete on the same level like the other islands, even though Tobago has a lot to offer in terms of natural beauty, and Trinidad in its own way. And a lot of this comes down to decisions and how it's managed, and that we seem to have such difficulty. Is it that you think it's a lot of it is, rather than being critical, thinking about how we get this done, that a lot of times too much ego gets involved?
Listen, many things get involved. So you start with the ego. Once you start with ego, you fail. That's number one. In anything that you do, once you start with ego, you fail before you start. The other thing that needs to happen is we have never taught our people to be of service. We have always thought our people, we are the best, we are the hottest, we are the highest, we are the happiest, we are the everything is, except we are the humblest and we need to be of service. And we have taken oil and gas money, we have slapped it all over the place. You know, the cockiness started a long time ago, you know, money is no problem. And we did not take into account that money bad spent or money not reinvested wisely eventually finishes. And this is where we are at today, right? I want to imagine that the UNC got into power and probably got a shock in the bank account. And I think that they probably should come out and say what they found, if that is so, because at the end of the day, they need to be realistic with the people, because the hardships that they are now employing on everybody is not settling down very well either. They are creating more anger in the country, more disharmony and discomfort. That's not what we were talking about prior to an election. So we need to have the will to want to make the change. We need to convince our people that this is the new direction we are going. We need to allow the investors to come in to put up whatever hotel stock. We need to start to do the training. Look how we treated sandals. We just spoke badly about people's product. We did not listen to the presentation. I had the opportunity to listen to it, fortunately for me, and those who were in the room. And there's nothing about just all-inclusive. There are options to the all-inclusive. We never listened. We just trashed it. We just killed it, and we bad talk people. We are good at that. We're also good at that. Bad talkist. So we have not allowed the island to get what is out there offered to us. And I am not sure if we do have the mind, because, you know, we were hearing things about no man's land being given to one man to do a development, a gentleman from Trinidad who resides over here. There's a lot of gossip that's been passing around. We have to wait to see if it's going to unfold in this 4 years.
Yeah. What about the subject of autonomy for Tobago has been swirling around for a number of years. Do you expect that something like that will be progressed at all in these 4 years?
Well, it will be progressed. They are going to try to get it, but I can see the game being played, because as Dr. Hamid Ghani said the other night, it needs a 3/4 majority to pass. Between the UNC and the TPP, they are 2/3. They don't have 3/4, so they need the PNM.
Yes.
So we're going to have a playing game and blame and say, well, the PNM ain't going to approve it, or they didn't approve it, why you didn't get it. But I'm also concerned about this autonomy, what the autonomy has in it, and what autonomy we are going to have if we cannot manage our business when we already getting a subvention check. What is the autonomy going to do for us?
That's a very good question, and you're right, especially in the fact, because we have not been hearing a crescendo of complaints from the Tobago contractors based on what you would have said earlier on, that they're not getting the contracts. Is it a
you heard it, or you said you didn't hear it?
No, we have not been hearing it.
No, that's not true. No. You're missing something. They were all on television. They were all on television. In fact, they have formed a contractors association only last week, where they felt they are not being represented by the other NGOs. And they have come out and formed a contractors association because, as far as I know, there's a $300 million bill, which the TPP claims is corrupt money and whatever, and they are not paying it. There was also a story that Dr. Rowley gave $100 million to the TPP-led administration to start to pay them their money because it was under the PNM regime. And the money was not spent to pay them. The money was given outside to do whatever. They did other things with it. So those contractors, a lot of them are in financial jeopardy. My understanding is deals were cut with some of them prior to the election. So we'll give you our money if you do this and if you do that. So people are being held ransom, frankly speaking, right now. People are being held by their throat.
Okay, we were not aware of that. That
Yes,
clearly
this has
ran
been
kind of
going
under the radar.
That is, no pun intended, but of the radar. But they have been struggling for the 4 years. That has been a fight going on. Nothing has happened. They have not gotten money to do anything to save their businesses. A lot of them are in the bank's gullet right now.
Yeah. Is there any hope that situation will change now that the TPP has gone back and they've gotten a resounding mandate?
I really don't know, because if they are deemed PNMites and we are wanting to create TPPites, then we either going to bring them to their knees, which they're already there, in order to get business and their money, or not get your money, write it off, and we'll start all over. And you will now be beholden to the TPP, or we live in starvation mode. You lose everything and there's no comeback. I don't know. I don't know the minds of these people. I'm sorry. Do I trust their minds? And the answer to that is no.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? Anything you want to share with us, Miss Hadad, before we close off?
Well, they have no questions to me.
I'm waiting on Richard and Charles to respond. I'm not seeing them.
No, we were saying whether you had anything that you wanted to clarify.
No, I just want to say that the future of our people does reside in the hands of these young people for another 4 years. And they need to be a lot more mature and serious. The vindictiveness needs to leave. The Farley has been very much accused of not being available and present to even people who advise him. So it means that they're on their own road, and you can't run an economy taking charge of 60,000 people and their children's lives and future with that sort of formula.
You know what is an important component of all of this, Diane, and of economies around the world generally, is the issue of confidence. That you have confidence in the future, and that you are invested in the confidence of a country and an economy. Do you feel that sense of confidence, or are you a little bit down about?
I'm not a little bit down. I am very clear. I don't feel the confidence. They will have to make major moves and changes to convince me that A, they are willing, B, they are capable, C, the action. Major move.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Maybe with the help of central government, with some measure of vision residing there, maybe they may be pushed in a direction, or shoved in a direction, or bowed into a direction that will help the island. Because we know bigger money have bigger talk.
Thank you so much, Mr.
That's a high statement, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's an honest statement.
So let's hope that something happens, because where we are at now, not good.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, Ms. Hadad, for joining us this morning. And we always appreciate the conversation.
You're most welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right. Of course, that was Ms. Dian Hadad, former chairman of the TTCIC in Tobago. Again, always very frank and honest and open with us on the breakfast show. So thank you so much, Ms. Hadad. All right. We could go straight for news, and then when we come back, we'll close off.
Well, we're a minute away from news, so you could say something for a minute.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. You always have some story going on in your life that you could talk about for a minute.
What could say about my life, boy? What could say, boy? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Oh, so Charles so quiet. What happened to him?
I don't know. Sir Charles left. You remember?
Oh, he left today. Okay.
Yeah.
So his son is on the board then.
Yes, but the man sent a message since earlier on. You didn't listen to it?
Oh no, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. I think it's RJ.
CJ. It's CJ.
CJ or RJ, are you there? Well, like nobody there.
Gentleman.
Like,
is the other?
I know, I hear him, man. CJ, are you there?
Not CJ today, unfortunately.
All right. So RJ, right?
Not that either. This is the other son.
Oh, all right. Oh, you all,
The other son don't have a name. So we have to
he said call him Chalo.
Chalo, okay.
All right, Chalo. We could go for the news now, and when we come back, we'll wrap up. All right. Chalo.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV for Wednesday, the 14th of January. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Preliminary results from Tobago's 2026 House of Assembly elections show a sweeping victory for the Tobago People's Party, which has won all 15 electoral districts, according to the Elections and Boundaries Commission. Voter turnout was just over 50%, with about 26,900 valid ballots cast from more than 53,000 registered voters. Early tallies put the Tobago People's Party in the lead with more than 16,000 votes. The People's National Movement followed with just over 10,400, while the Independent Democratic Alliance and the United Tobago Party received fewer than 200 votes combined. Despite the landslide result, the PNM has requested recounts in 2 constituencies, Darrell Spring, Wim, and Scarborough, Mount Grace. Those recounts are expected to begin this afternoon. Election officials stress that the figures remain provisional and will not be final until the recounts are completed and all ballots are formally verified. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says the government is ready to work closely with the Tobago House of Assembly, following the Tobago People's Party's clean sweep of all 15 seats in this week's election. In a statement issued one day after the vote, she congratulated Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and the TPP, saying the result reflects the confidence Tobagonians have placed in their leadership and vision for the island. She also praised voters for a peaceful and decisive election, calling it a strong mandate for Tobago's future development. Persad-Bissessar said her government looks forward to continued cooperation with the THA to advance Tobago's social, economic, and institutional growth. While there is no formal political coalition between the UNC and the TPP, she has previously pledged to work alongside the Tobago leadership, supporting the island's right to meaningful self-government while remaining a full and valued part of Trinidad and Tobago. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles says the Tobago House of Assembly election results show the People's National Movement has serious work to do after the party was swept 15-0 by the Tobago People's Party. In a statement issued on Tuesday, Beckles congratulated Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and the TPP on their decisive victory, while noting that the low voter turnout reflected public sentiment. She said the PNM will now begin a period of reflection as it works to rebuild the party and regain the trust and confidence of Tobagonians. Beckles also thanked the PNM's 15 candidates who contested the election, including Tobago Council leader Ansel Dennis, who has indicated he will step down from his post. She wished the incoming THA well, saying its success is tied to Tobago's progress, and pledged that the PNM will regroup and return stronger in its commitment to a more united Trinidad and Tobago. Police are investigating the death of 3-year-old Omari Richins, who was found unresponsive at his home in Corinth Hills, San Fernando, and later pronounced dead at hospital early Monday morning. The preschool student was taken to the San Fernando General Hospital after his parents and emergency responders attempted CPR, but doctors were unable to revive him. Medical staff reported finding blood in his nasal cavity, though no signs of external injury were seen. Officers from the San Fernando CID later examined the body and also found no visible marks of violence. According to his mother, Omari complained of head and stomach pain after eating on Sunday night and was last seen alive just after 2:30 a.m. He was discovered unresponsive and covered in vomit shortly before 5 a.m. A post-mortem found that Omari died from cerebral swelling, aspiration pneumonitis, and a respiratory infection. Toxicology tests are now pending as police investigate whether contaminated water may have played a role. In regional news, Venezuelan police officer Edelson Torres was laid to rest Tuesday after dying in custody, just days before he was expected to be released from prison. Torres had been held incommunicado since his December arrest on what his family says were politically motivated charges. He died of a heart attack on Saturday, as authorities were promising to free detainees following international pressure. His death comes as families across Venezuela are now coming forward to report loved ones as political prisoners. Human rights group Foro Penal says it has received a surge of new cases in recent days, confirming dozens so far. The Venezuelan government insists those detained are linked to criminal or terrorist activity, but critics say they are being used as political leverage. While some high-profile prisoners have been released, hundreds remain behind bars. For many families, the small wave of releases has brought renewed hope, even as others, like the Torres family, mourn a freedom that came too late. In international news, more than 2,000 people have reportedly been killed in Iran during a violent crackdown on nationwide protests, according to human rights groups and Iranian officials. The US-based human rights activists news agency says it has confirmed over 1,800 protesters killed, along with government supporters, civilians, and children during nearly 3 weeks of unrest. An Iranian official also put the death toll at about 2,000, blaming what he called terrorists. The protests, which have spread to nearly every province, began over Iran's collapsing currency and rising cost of living, before turning into calls for political change. Despite a near-total internet shutdown, videos and reports show hospitals overwhelmed and forensic centers filled with bodies. US President Donald Trump has warned Iran's leaders they will pay a big price and urged protesters to keep demonstrating, as Washington weighs military and other responses to the crackdown. Human rights groups say the true number of deaths may be even higher. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Hey you, yes you, I'm talking to you, so you think I can sing, huh? Well, then be part of our Carnival Karaoke. You know what? I don't like that name. Let's call it Carnival Karaoke. Carnival Karaoke. We'll call it Karaoke. Yeah, so you can be part of our Carnival Karaoke on the Breakfast Show on New Era TT Radio. Yep, it's happening Monday to Friday at 7:50 a.m. starting Monday the 19th of January, and all you have to do is sing a verse and a chorus of your favorite calypso, soca, chutney, old or new. Just sing it good, and you could be our karaoke singer, our champion for 2026. We're taking 2 contestants every day, and we're choosing one winner whose name will go into the championship box. And on Carnival Friday, the 13th of February, we'll have a grand draw for the karaoke champion of the Breakfast Show. The first ever prizes. Well, don't worry about that. You'll get something. Just come and sing and be part of our Carnival Karaoke on the Breakfast Show and New Era TT Radio. Sing, the man, sing.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Let's see what people saying on the chat here. Eva St. Bryce chatting. Beverly Andrews chatting. Colted Finch chatting. What are you all saying? What are you all saying? Anon chatting. All right. And I was trying to catch up with some of what was being said during the news break. All right. But we are back. I guess we could take some calls. Charlo. It's Charlo. You say call him, right? Yeah. We could take some calls and open up the lines and take some calls. Richard Raghuba is he still there?
Yes, of course, I'm still here.
And you're quiet? That's not Richard then. That's not the Richard I know. I have a joke here, but it's too long. It's too long to read out here, but it's real funny. It's too long. Anyway, we open up the lines, people. 281-1315. We could put up the numbers at the bottom of the screen. 281-1315 and 299-5156. As we close off today's show, we would have spoken with Miss Dian Hadad in the last hour. She's always very frank, you know. And as she says, she is not beholden to anybody. So she's one of the few people who speak out openly without fear of I guess, vindictiveness, for want of a better word. Because that's where we reach in the politics. That's where she says
it how she sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we have our first caller.
All right. Yes, good morning. Mr. Grant, are you attempting to speak Spanish?
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
right now the whole thing going. It has some nice Spanish up in the mall up by Michigan. That's it, man.
Okay. I'm not aware. I thought all Spanish was nice.
Well, yeah, you remember that at a certain time they had a factory where they said they was making the Spanish money was with them Miss Universe, right?
I never hear that one.
What? Yeah, man. Sometimes go back in your history. Venezuela
was a factory making Spanish people.
I tell you, they were manufacturing them woman. They were so nice, boy. This is a factory there. Anyhow, as I said earlier yesterday, Ms. Hadad was speaking about all these things long before the election on the audio program and different program, and she telling the people nothing wasn't going on in the country, over in Tobago. All the contract money was coming back to Trinidad. But the young people and them go, you swear the same night I said they went there. The young people want to run thing like we're going over. I want a thing, I watch it associated with my party group. And it has some young people take it over. Up to now, since April to now, they ain't calling me and tell me not going to meeting. I call them and say, so why we don't have no meeting again? And I tell them, I said, the hardest time is have to work is when you're in opposition, you know. You can't relax now, you know. And think. But anyhow, the little boy will die. The father say, pick up a cup outside and when stand by in here and drink some water. And apparently, I feel that cup had some kind of thing. Because after you went back in and get up and ask for the next piece of the only go and lie down. And
Mr. Grant? You okay there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's an extremely sad story with that child, and I guess I don't think you would be able to say how he died if it was some sort of food poisoning or what. I don't know. Or he overate and his stomach couldn't hold it.
And when they're with the carnival, remember I told you I just watching certain things there. You see they talk about all the T-Ban with NGC concerned. But that was to Casa Group. I see them mentioning not for them Casa Group is taking them the money, you know, underneath, you know. But that's that. That's the games we're playing here. Anyhow, I went by the doctor to do all the medical day with the wife with she and things. So all the best.
Okay, all the best to you and your wife too, Mr. Grant.
Yeah, well, you know, thank you very much. Good talk and go sit soon.
All right. Well, look at how the YouTube chat exposed somebody here today. I ain't saying nothing, you know, just watching and observing. Somebody who didn't want to give me the name. Look at how a YouTube chat exposed them today. Hi. Okay.
Well, I don't know what bacchanal you're raising there, but okay.
It's on the chat. It's on the chat. You can see the chat.
All right, no.
I'm going to call you and tell you later.
All right, we have our next caller.
Morning.
Hi, guys. Morning, Carol here.
Hi, Carol.
I just wanted to ask. I had put it in the chat, but apparently Wendell didn't see it to answer for me. The change with the NLCB, the playing of the games on a Sunday, does that include religious holidays? So have they changed that as well?
Yeah, we talked about that. You didn't hear us talk about it? I read it. I
heard you speak about playing on Sunday. I didn't hear if you said they've also changed from not playing the games on the religious holidays. That's what I'm asking.
No, religious holidays was never part of it. Sunday's not a religious holiday.
Yeah.
No, they don't play lotto they don't play those games on religious holidays.
No, and that is
right.
That's remaining. It's remaining so.
Right. Yeah, they never said anything about religious holidays.
I was asking if they changed that, if they're now playing the games on the religious holidays. That's what I was asking.
No, they're not. They're not. What people were arguing, some people were arguing on the chat, is that Sunday is considered a religious day, but it's not a religious holiday.
No, that was not my thing. I was just wondering if they changed from not playing on the religious holidays.
No.
Okay.
No.
That doesn't change. I am just laughing. I have so much fun sometimes here in the morning. And you laughing too, and Texter, and you laughing too. Oh Lord. Anyway, we taking some calls still. We still have about.
Yeah, we're taking calls. We're taking calls as we head towards 8:30 when we sign off, because that's when we sign off on Gael. So 2811315, 2811315. This is when you can get interactive in the conversation. So we're taking your calls.
You have a call on the line right now?
Yes, let's take the call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. This is Laverne.
Hi, Laverne.
This is Laverne. Let me just hold on this morning on this speaker.
Laverne, you're live on air.
So, I have an issue I want to raise.
So we get a little feedback though from you.
I have an issue because there is an individual, don't know whether it's a male or female, on TikTok making threatening comments to refer East Secondary. Now this information has gone to the MP, Minister of Homeland Security, Education, it was myself, not getting anything from the authorities as to the children, because it's threatening language, not with children. The child seems to be very traumatized and is lashing out now at the school, particular persons, the entire school body. So I'm using this statement that asks if any important authority could please say something, make a statement to make the parents feel that something is being done. We only hearing that the information was going out to them, but nothing is being said to make the parents feel safe to send the children to school, because parents are keeping their children home. The children who go to school, they are not being taught anything. So we need to know what is going on, please.
What school is that you said you mentioned? We didn't get the name of the school. What is school?
Say it, please.
Okay, we're not hearing you at all.
The name of the school is Rio Claro East Secondary.
Oh, Rio Claro East Secondary School. Okay, all right. Thanks for that. I hope. But that, okay. All right. That would be in what constituency? That would be Mayaro, wouldn't it?
That would mayor, yes. The
Yes.
MP would be, I think,
Nicholas Morris, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we try to follow up on it. We hope somebody who's listening, the authorities who are listening, would have heard.
Yes, let the parents know something that they would know, and we know what is going on when it's safely train them to go back to school. Because they're doing things in a secure manner, and they don't have to get too much info out there. Since Sunday, this person have been making threats on TikTok.
And it's a student making these threats?
I think Paul Dutton would have responded to him. Say it over.
Is it a student making the threats?
Yes. Or if it's a current student, or maybe somebody who would have just left.
Right.
But it's a student.
Okay. All right. I think I would have read something like that already.
But the authorities should deal with that.
Yeah.
Yes, but the state authorities are aware, but you're not hearing anything that makes parents feel safe to send their children back to school.
Right. I get you. They're not updating to see, what has happened.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm sure that is the same story that I would have read on air already,
My child from school on Monday, but he was there yesterday, but he was there on Monday. So I don't know what's going on with them. Parents, they want to have a meeting today also, but parents say they prefer online. They are not going to school for any face-to-face meeting with any supervisor. They don't do that.
All right.
You know how serious the threats are.
Yeah. Thanks for the information. We'll follow up on it because I did read a story similar to that. I don't know if it's the same school where some student had posted that he is going to he's going to do whatever damage to the school or to students, threatening the school on a particular day. He had even named the day, I think some day in February. And apparently he was a victim of bullying. That's what I gathered from the story. And he was now threatening the entire school. But I think I'm sure a report was made to the police, something like that, where this person is clearly distressed, are aware of it. I'm sure a report would have been made to the police. She did mention somewhere in her discourse, the Minister of Homeland Security is aware, I think, and I would imagine that will also involve the Minister of Education, Dr. Dowlat, and the MP for the area, Mr. Morris.
But I think her concern is that they're not hearing any they're not getting any feedback from the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
That the matter is being dealt with, or they have detained the person, they've questioned the person, they're ramping up the visibility of the police in the area. They're not hearing anything, so parents are feeling insecure.
Yes. I'm sure that was it's the same incident that I spoke about a student, incident that, but I don't remember it being Rio Claro school, as if it was a different school. Let me Google it and see if it comes up, because I had also called the name of the school.
But we're still taking your calls, 2811315, 2811315. We're taking your calls at this point. So as we head towards 8:30 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, I almost said Tuesday. Wednesday morning. Midweek already, believe it or not.
Yeah, look, I found this story, guys. Let me just hold on one second, Charlo. Let me just quickly read it. It says the online threat directed at the Waterloo Secondary School is being treated with utmost seriousness and urgency, so says the Ministry of Education. The ministry stated yesterday that several state agencies were collaborating to identify the person responsible and to resolve the matter swiftly. The ministry's response came after the online threat was widely circulated across social media. It read, "Dear Waterloo Secondary School, this is a warning on February 14, 2026. There will be a tragedy that shall occur on your campus. Blood will be in your hands. I have no regrets or mercy on your sick and filthy students. I will watch as their blood spill on the ground while they groan. Wish you all a happy New Year's, Trinidad. You all Waterloo students have never felt a single ounce, and well, it's misspelled, of pain in your life like I did. You tormented me all these years, and there's a name on it. So that I do. Is it the same school? Is it the Waterloo? Is it Waterloo School in Rio Claro? I don't know. But this was 7 days ago. This was in the news, and I had read a part of it. Anyway, let's take the call.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. We're hearing you.
Hello. Yes, good morning, gentlemen. Well,
Yeah,
first of all, in response to that, that is a normal non-reactive thing we could expect from the TTPS. Trust me, it's going to be under investigation for the next 30 years. Right? That's TTPS. You don't have to respond to this point.
Like God, you must be so cynical.
But Richard, I intend to get worse, Richard. I intend to get worse because I want to converse with you. Reference this thing. Richard, how hypocritical these religious sycophants could be. By their own storybook, the 7th day is the day of rest, which is Saturday. Since when Sunday is the holy day? These religious sycophants are just flighty. Anything they feel to do, they do. By the storybook that they believe in. The day of rest and the Sabbath and all the good stuff is on Saturday. That's the last day of the week. By their storybook. When Sunday became the holy day?
Well, well, you know,
it's not a laughing matter, Richard. It's a serious thing.
You know what, Lincoln? And that's why states have to be as religious as possible. I get it about religious holidays, but Sunday is not a religious holiday, which is the point I was trying to make earlier when I said, we sell alcohol on a Sunday. Yeah, places open on a Sunday, and I don't think the Ram ever put up a sign that says nothing shall happen here on a Sunday because we consider it holy. So holy is a personal thing. It's a personal. For you, a Sunday might be holy, but you can't cast that upon the entire society. And that's the issue. That's the issue.
Exactly. So the whole problem is, are you there?
Yeah.
The whole problem is we cannot put your religious belief on my vices. If I choose to go to a palm on a Sunday, that's my prerogative. If I choose to spend my money in the casino, that's my prerogative. If I choose to spend it on Playway and Lotto, that should be also my prerogative. You have to keep your religious beliefs as a personal choice.
Right? Yeah.
That's telling me
I don't think
a holiday is a religious holiday.
What is wrong? Hold on. What is wrong with letting people know you worship, you are a believer, and you believe in God, and you want to? What is wrong with letting? Why does that have to remain personal?
Let me answer that question, Richard Wendell. The same way I don't care who you having sex with, I don't need to know your LGBTQ thing. The same way I don't need to know your religious beliefs.
No, you're talking two different things.
It's a personal thing.
No.
That's a personal thing. Keep your business to yourself.
No, but if I want to save your soul, there are people who are out there.
That's your business. You can come and that's your business, but you can't dictate for the rest of the society.
No, it's how you receive it. It's how
you cannot dictate. When
try to save you. What are you?
No, Wendell, no, you're conflating it, because if somebody says, if somebody says, Sunday is my holy day, so I will not be partaking of gambling on Sunday because that's my holy day. That's completely different to somebody saying Sunday is a holy day and they should not have lotto on it. That's a different. Now you are imposing your personal belief on the rest of the society. That's a difference.
No,
vis-a-vis, if you say personally, it's holy for me and I will not be doing it, that's your prerogative.
No, the gambling thing on a Sunday, I have no issue with it.
In the United States.
But don't tell me that
So
somebody can't talk to you about their belief system or try to convert you or try to help you. You all need help.
They are not, Richard, they are not talking. They are trying to implement their religious beliefs on society's laws. They are not just talking.
It's
and
how
that
you receive it.
becomes dangerous.
It's how you receive it.
You could have your own personal belief. You could even say, "Hey, Richard, I want to talk to you about how I am going to save your life through God," and I can say, "Get away from here! Gone from here! Where is salt? Gone from here!" And that's also my prerogative, Wendell.
Well, yes.
That's my prerogative to tell you, get away from my face.
Yes.
Okay, that's my prerogative.
Yes.
So, but I'm not going to tell you. You can worship any God you believe in. That's your prerogative.
Yeah, but if my teachings, hold on, if my belief system is that I must try to have people converted and try to save people, and I must go there and preach the word and so on, what is wrong with that? That is wrong.
You could preach it. If I tell you I am not interested, yeah.
What
you could?
What is wrong with that? It's through the course of history. What is wrong with that? It's through the course of history. People who have done that have created wars, destroyed countries, destroyed colonies by that same doctrine. That is what is wrong with that. And what is also wrong with that is when you just don't do it to me as an individual, but you bypass me and go to the legislative arm of the justice and try to put your religious laws in place for everybody. That is what is wrong with that.
Let me tell you something. The only problem I have with religious people is when they are the damn hypocrites. That is the only problem I have.
Well, Wendell, you have a problem with you have a problem with religion. Period. Then, because all religious people are hypocritical on some level.
All of them, every single
all. Show me one that's not hypocritical.
I can't right now.
There was a situation last week in the United States. There was a situation last week in the United States when some monks are walking from one state to the other state on a walk of peace. Hear what they're doing there? They're not on any religion. They're not on anything. They are on a walk of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian people block the people from the walk of peace and trying to bring the monks into Christianity.
Yeah.
You know how dangerous Christian people are?
Yeah, you don't have to tell me, you know. Yes, me, you don't have to tell me.
They are nasty, these people, dangerous, hypocritical people. But I will leave it there, gentlemen. Have a good morning.
If I tell you my stories, I pick up the whole program every week, every day.
Oh God. Anyway, but I think the thing is, you believe whatever you want to believe. As we end the show, believe whatever you want to believe and whatever brings you joy and happiness and peace in your life. And if that is serving whatever God, so be it. That's your prerogative, and that's your belief system. But don't impose what you think is good for you among the rest of the society. That's all. Don't impose it. Don't impose it.
That's a human.
You know, let people make their own choices with regard to that.
That's a humanist. But
yeah.
But at the same time, as I say, the hypocrites and the deceitful and the wicked people that have preaching this, that, and the other, that's the ones I have a real problem with.
Yeah. But those are the people going mosque, mandir, and church religiously.
Yeah, sad to say.
That is the MMC posse.
Mm-hmm. They need to go on a
mosque, mandir, and church. Yeah.
Anyway, it's been another wonderful day. Let me allow Richard to close it.
No, have a fantastic day, whatever you do, and as you see, whatever you believe in, don't let anybody twist you from that. That is your business, and keep it your business. And but you know, you are entitled to believe and be happy, whatever makes you happy in what can sometimes be a difficult life and a challenging life on this planet. Whatever brings you joy and peace, grab onto it, whatever it is. You know, and so have a fantastic day, whatever you do, and remember to smile and laugh. You know, it's great for your health, and I should like to qualify that by whatever brings you joy and peace that doesn't harm anybody else.
Nah, that's the important sentence.
Let me qualify that and say
does not harm anyone else.
Yep.
Thanks for adding that in. Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
All right, so over to you, Charlo. This has been The Breakfast Show.
Yeah.